Last episode, Devil May Cry stopped feeling chaotic. In this part, the game stopped holding back. For the first time, I wondered, was I actually learning the combat or getting lucky? Will I conquer or will I survive?
Holy.
We begin by continuing where we left off. Mission 12. It began with an underwater section, and I quickly noticed the controls were inverted. Luckily for us, it didn't last too long. We make our way to the top deck. We take on this ghost, which for some reason takes me 5 minutes to beat. But with that done, we can finally get the ship moving. We're led to fight the bird again. I used the grenade rolling strategy, allowing me to stay safe and deal massive damage. Next, we escape the ship, but first picking up this item. Just like that, we're back underwater. We still continue to move forward, killing enemies along the way. Next, we head to the surface and challenge the Colosseum. We deal with a couple enemies along the way, which weren't too much trouble at all. It doesn't take us long to get to the surface, but before we can go into the Colosseum, we have to get its key. We collect these lances, which serves as the key to the Colosseum. We next go and explore the other side. We collect another item, and then head straight for the Colosseum.
Give it a pair of lances.
Returning once again, the bird.
You get this bird again?
We use our signature move, the grenade roll, and we quickly do a bunch of damage to him.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did. Don't ask me.
And before long, we take him out.
Thank you. I would not have to.
He tries to ask for help, more power for Mundus. But of course,
No. On me.
He's the one that took the life of my mother, my brother, Shirley. My father was a man who fought for the people. He had courage and a righteous heart. Mother, I will kill Mundus.
having our mind set on killing Mundus, we go and pick up the Wheel of Destiny.
At the beginning of plan. Unravel the mystery.
Now, it's time to unravel the mystery of the Staff of Hermes. We use the Wheel of Destiny and make our way back. We arrive in the chamber we first entered, and it's different. One of Mundus' henchmen comes to stop us. Of course, he wasn't too much trouble. Though having to fight 3 of them here was trouble. But we eventually managed to do it, and we continue making our way towards the cathedral. We interact with this pool of water, and we get introduced to Nightmare. Starting off, I was really confused about what I needed to do here. I eventually got captured and got put in a gulag. Unfortunately, I die here. But in the next run, we figured out we needed to attack the core to deal damage. And of course, we're back for revenge on this spider. When we come back to the main fight, Nightmare takes a lot of damage, which was just enough for us to squeeze in this win. We try and make our way across, but unfortunately, we fall. No matter though, it does help us regain some health and prepare for the upcoming challenge.
Isn't that back at the castle? Okay, so in the castle. I mean, we hit this first, so.
Our goal
Slash away
here,
at the
enter the
dragon.
core with the Quicksilver. We're introduced to a new enemy, which I quickly figure out that the fists do more damage, so I used it. Now time to fight our way towards the Quicksilver. For the longest time, I couldn't figure out how to counter this dragon. But then, when I eventually died, I figured out I had to slash the dragon's fire back at it.
What you mean?
And by adjusting the light, we finally unlock
Boom,
the
boom,
Quicksilver.
Boom!
Using the Quicksilver,
And we meet
it
again.
allows us to get
Virgil.
into another fight with Nilo Angelo.
Yes, I know your name now.
A man with guts and honor. I like that. But it's a shame you serve Mundus.
On our first try, with little health to spare, we actually managed to get the win.
I got him.
Weird enough, he drops the same amulet we have. Now just finding out we got a traitor in our midst. Next, the Philosopher's Egg. But before that, we gain a new weapon.
Holy. What range? And can take different forms?
We make our way towards the Philosopher's Egg. Another underwater section. I really hate these sections. The fact that the analog stick is inverted confuses me so much.
Bro!
Eventually we get it, and we go collect the Philosopher Egg.
There we go.
We put the egg in the fire and get
And we're
visited
up
by
against it
Nightmare again.
Come on. Thumb's dead. Second key
We
resides
pick
in
up
the mirror
our
dimension.
elixir and then head towards the mirror dimension.
Reflects its throat. Eerily.
In the mirror world, we pick up the Philosopher's Stone, and then we get put up against new enemies. And now it's time to open the gate to the underworld. On the way, we do end up falling into the water, but no worries, it helps us get extra health and get across.
Exciting.
Now we use the Philosopher's Stone,
Yes,
which
we
helps us
shall.
get into the underworld. After fighting some enemies, we make our way towards the sacrifice place.
Okay.
Little did Dante know, Triss was playing us.
We meet again.
Time to deal with Nightmare once and for all. We enter the Gulag again and fight Nilo Angelo. Of course, we defeat him and take a big chunk out of
Get me outta
Nightmare's
here.
health. Now to do what we do best, deal damage. And just as we were about to defeat
it.
him,
Oh, no I didn't.
Triss steps in.
Are we really gonna do this?
Not like she helped
Got
Nightmare
it.
that much,
I don't
we
know.
dealt with him in like 2 seconds. And we still came back to save her.
Who's the man? I'm the man. Of course we're gonna. All
Next,
six
we
of
gotta
us.
get the heart back online, which will break the curse. Of course, we run into a little bit of trouble. We die, but we came back. Right after, we break the next seal, and then head back.
Yeah, the heart's beating.
Now, it's time to take on Mundus.
Strange and ironic that it will end the same way. You!
Trish, we ain't playing anymore.
How much longer are you going to come out and show yourself, Mundus?
Now, it's finally time to take on Mundus, once and for all. If I'm being real with you, I proceed to get my ass handed to me for hours. My first few attempts were spent trying to figure out how to break his shield, which I did figure out, followed by learning that if I used my devil trigger, it would deal massive damage.
Okay, so she's bit now, man.
I had to use a heal. Can't say I used this many times in this challenge. There were many close calls, but I couldn't secure it. After all of those tries, I started strategizing on what power-ups to use. This all led me to this run.
Send this over to him. Alright, take him out.
Bye-bye. Unfortunately for me, he had a second phase.
And I used my heal.
And I would love to tell you a story about how I did this first try, but I didn't. I couldn't. It all came down to this try. And unfortunately, I
No, I'm
didn't
dead.
secure. At this point, I was locked in. I was not gonna let myself do another try on this. And just like that, we defeated Mundus.
Risked her life for me. And now you, too. I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light! Rest.
Low-key a beautiful moment. Okay, now it's time for us to think about ourselves and get the hell out of here. I wish I got this move a lot earlier. Quite useful. Man, this game's really trying to stop us. And of course.
I'm not going anywhere. Besides, there's no place to go. Look for burial ground as well.
Alright, now it's really time to deal this guy in. Bro said we're too weak. And then Trish pulled up. She's okay. This reminded me of that one JoJo meme going around now.
It looks like we have a winner.
Jackpot. Trish.
Dante.
Trish. Devils never cry. These tears. Tears are a gift only humans have.
Actually, such a beautiful moment. Of course, we're the main character. We can't die. Time to get out of here.
Let's rock.
When I started Devil May Cry, I wanted to understand why this series is so loved by many. What I found was a game that rewarded patience, experimentation, and learning. The more I played, the more I stopped thinking about combat as random attacks and started thinking about the purpose behind every move. And while the story wasn't overly complicated, it gave me a greater appreciation for Dante and his world, and why this series is such a classic. By the end, I finally understood what made Devil May Cry special.
Yes.
Not because I mastered it, but
Okay,
because
great.
I learned to
Where's the
appreciate it.
place?
And with that,
We'll be right
I'm
there.
skipping Devil May Cry 2 because
Someone has the password.
everybody says it's horrible. We'll deal with it later. Next stop, Devil May Cry 3.
5 minutes.
More than enough.